Yo, yo, yo. To all Panther fans, come on in the building. There's one man in this video that I shall speak of that seems to be a thorn in all of our sides. There's one man that purchased the Carolina Panthers for $2 billion cash. There's one man, no matter what goes on, no matter what seems to happen, likes to interfere. There's one man. It's your boy Dub Q, and I'd like to welcome y'all into the Black Cat Panther podcast. I'm here to speak on David Allen Tepper, the most notorious owner in all of sports and entertainment. The one man that seems to be, no matter what goes down, will come running down in the middle of the game with a play drawn up on a napkin and say, hey, run it like this. Or the man that's out there throwing drinks on fans when the game isn't going the way he wants it to go. Or better yet, maybe it's the man that walks his narrow ass into restaurants after being the hottest name in all of sports and snatches a man cap right off his head. Right off his head. You can put a sign outside the restaurant. You can come in and say, hey, don't touch this. Don't do that. This man gonna sit down and have weekly meetings. This man is gonna put his input directly into every single thing that goes on in the Panthers organization. So, as I get started on this video, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. New era is in the building. Dan Morgan, Dave Canales in the building with a quarterback that was brought in as a rookie last season, was set to be the guy. Had a very underwhelming season last year. Led to your owner, about almost catching a case out in the stadium. He about damn near caught a case out there. So let's just be real. With what we know, with the way that this team has been transformed, like I said, I put it in a previous video. When it comes to the Carolina Panthers, we scored 13.9 points a game last season, which is damn near a touchdown and a field goal, basically. If you want to look at it that way, or you got 4 field goals in a game. Your choice of how you're looking at it. We mustered only 13.9 per game. And a league worst 4.1 yards per play. Now that's where the team, where the offensive line wasn't up to par, allegedly. Put the word allegedly there. That's with receivers, aka not getting separation. That's with a run game that was non-existent. That's with no tight ends out there doing a damn thing. So, fast forward to 2024 where we upgraded all of this. Also in 2024, what people seemingly forgot, as we got better, the league has gotten better. So understanding with the league getting better, the strengths of your opponents down the schedules seems to get a little harder. I don't know how many people believe that we can come in right now as it stands and take on guys like the New Orleans Saints. Like I said, I don't think that the Saints are that much better than us. But what we have is once again, the single most dependent position is the biggest question mark on the team, and that's the quarterback position. And what I always tell you on this channel, if I don't tell you nothing else, if you don't got great quarterback play, you got nothing. If you don't take nothing else from your boy Dub Q on this channel here, you live and you die by quarterback play. in the NFL. So I just want you guys to remember that. Let it be known. Our home opener, which your boy WQ will be in the building for that one. Home opener against the Chargers. Do you believe we're going to be the Jim Harbaugh taking over team like the Chargers with Justin Herbert and the crew and that elite defense that we know that they have with Bosa and Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson? Oh, Lord. I ain't even made it to the safety. Derwin James. Anyhow, week 2. Then week 3, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that rallied around their coach and got out there and won games. And from there, they gotten even better. They have a dual tight end set to go with Devontae Adams with a good offensive line, a run game. They just don't have great quarterback play. So that's week 3 for us. I love our team, but I'm being realistic. There's a chance we can win those games, and there's a chance we can fall in all 3 of those games. Automatically, if you're a Canales fan, at that moment, your ass gets a little bit tighter. Your cheeks get a little bit sweaty. Because at this point, how Eminem said in there, mom's spaghetti. Palms are sweaty. I'm just saying. If you end up going down 0-3, I hate to tell you, you might go 0-4 because you got to see that man that I call King Burrow. King Joe Burrow the next week. How would you think you fare? Last time Joe Burrow was in Bank of America Stadium, it was 35-0 at halftime. That was 2 years ago. 35-0 at halftime. It was a blowout by the half. I just leave that there. A healthy Joe Burrow with all the weapons that he got, Jamar Chase and them boys. Oh man. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave this right here as well. You get then the following week, Caleb Williams, who could be up or down. He has an offense that's been built directly around him. But the biggest question mark after seeing him struggle in camp, how well will he be? Because if you think about it, his style of play is directly what we have at quarterback as well. That get out the pocket, scramble, try to find players. It's going to be conducive to a lot of interceptions because, number one, at 6 foot, barely 6 foot, it's going to take a lot for you guys to get out there and see over guys at 6'4", 6'3", 6'5", and to accurately do it each time. It's going to be hard to do. So I'm just putting that out there. Those are little nuggets. If we start dropping games and we maybe win one game, like potentially if we beat the Bears, but we go 1-4, 1-5, or if we start dropping games consecutively, will Dave Canales keep his job? I have put it out there, and I'm going to be as real as I can. I'm here to let you guys know if we start losing consecutive games, just like how we did with Frank Wright last year. I told everybody, to everybody who's watching this, and if you were screaming, I'm confident in the coaching staff last year. Oh, we had Jim Caldwell and Josh McCown, former quarterback. We had Ajero Evero, and we had all these other guys on the team last year. I'm not worried about the coaching staff. But guess what? Week 10, I called it last year. I said if we start dropping games, we started off the season last year 0-6. 0-6. Which means, once again, when I say when those asses got tight, Tepper was already a man on the edge. So I'm going to put this in full perspective for everybody that's watching this. You better pray to God or whoever you believe in, Allah, Buddha, whosoever you wake up and you look to the sky for help from, you better pray to them. that he's going to give us some games. At least we win 2 or 3 games in the first couple of games. That'll save your coach. Because if not, if we drop 0-6, 1-7, it's the same. It's deja vu from last year. And they already starting this up already. They're screaming Bryce Young is taking over the Canales playbook. He's so smart. All right, same shit I heard last year. That's all I'm saying. I'm one of the ones, I do not like people hyping up players until they get up on the field and play. If we haven't seen anything from them, and you in practice in t-shirt and shorts with no pads on, I don't want to hear anything about hype. Because I heard that same shit last year. He was smart as a 2-year starter. He was the brightest prospect. He could break down defenses. Where at? That's all I'm saying. Where at? So I'm just being real with you guys. I don't want to hear it. But I'm going to be real. If we start dropping games like how we did last year, your new coach, the one that was promised at least 3 years here. That's what everybody keeps saying. He's promising, guaranteed to get at least 3 years here. Now with the maniac that's called David Tepper. He is, and I state again, a maniac. David Tepper, hear me and hear me clearly. You are the dumbest owner I have ever seen. You have even taken the reins from James Dolan, up there in New York. You are now the biggest laughingstock that there is. And to anybody that thinks this man can be controlled, or this man will not go out there and fuck this season up at some point, or he's going to sit back, you a goddamn fool. You're a fool. Because he said in the beginning, when we brought Canales and Dan Morgan in, he said, I'm sitting in the back. But then he walks his ass right into a restaurant that said, let the coaches and the GM pick this year, because they had a sign outside. He walks in there and fucks with the people, because being a jackass is something you just can't turn on and turn off. This guy is a jackass. You can't solve being a jackass. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And if you feel like he's going to sit back once again, maybe you are just a big of jackass as he is. I'm just keeping it real. Nobody else is going to tell you the truth like I'm telling you. They're scared of Tepper. They're scared of people in the flat. They're scared of people coming around and you find anybody around here that's talking that real talk about Tepper being the jackass that he is. I don't see it. I don't see nobody else doing it. The truth hurts. So I'm here to let you guys know, if we start on a big time skid, it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. You might as well go and prepare yourselves to be in another coaching stint. And let me tell you about coaching stint after coaching stint after coaching stint. You keep getting rid of coaches. What you're having to do is you're asking another coach to come in with the previous staff, evaluate that staff, try to get them up to speed when they're already behind the 8 ball from evaluating what's on this roster. And you're asking them to go out here, create a new roster, and win within the first couple of games. It's unheard of. It's never been done. I don't know nobody that fires a coach the following year, the next coach comes in, pick up the team, especially after you've been losing. Now, we have seen other coaches replace guys like Tony Dungy and old boy in Tampa Bay and stuff like that, and Frank Wright taking over different teams, like I said, in Indianapolis, and Gruden, like I was saying. But we haven't seen anybody taking over a losing team that hasn't been winning, an organization that hasn't been winning, and just say, okay, the next year, they're going to be superstars. I mean, if you want to count, okay, I'll take that back. I retract that statement. You can say the Houston Texans. They won 2 games the season before with Lovie Smith, In comes DeMeco Ryans, the right coach. He evaluated their roster and got them into contending status with his quarterback, his offensive playmaking. I'll say the skill set that they had around his quarterback. He made stuff happen. But he's a defensive guy. He's a defensive guy, man. And the number one thing is when you're a defensive guy, you go out and you make sure that you get a guy that can come in and help you big time. That's all you can do. But I'm going to be real with you. We got a lot to fix here in Carolina. And that's why I said the expectations for me were different. And the quicker that fans believe that or understand that, we'll be better. Expectations are not always going to be let's get out and win. Okay, we repair this. Let's get out and win. Everybody's looking for the next Bobby Slowick. Everybody's looking for the next McVay. Everybody's looking for the next Shane Steichen. You got to be able to give your guy an opportunity to get to there because those guys had success coming through the door. Everybody knew Shane Steichen was a big part of what they did in Philly. But understanding that, okay, he was allowed to go to Indianapolis and build a roster how he saw fit, choose the quarterback that he saw. He wasn't in a mess where Irsay was all over his back saying, no, don't take this quarterback. No, don't get that piece. No, let's meet weekly and decide what we're going to take here and there. He wasn't in that type of situation. Until people understand there's a man in the back with puppet strings that's trying to orchestrate over your GM, over your head coach. Once you understand that this guy is the problem, like I said, then you'll understand fully how bad the pressure is on Dave Canales this year. The pressure is high for him. A lot of people say he has no pressure coming in his first year. I beg to differ. Like I said, if we start losing games, it's going to be really, and understand this right here. If Dave Canales don't win with Bryce Young, that's 2 years we have seen this young fella gotten 2 coaches fired. That means there won't be a year 3 for him potentially because no new coach is going to tag their name or apply for the position with them having to take on a fella that's steady getting coaches fired. That's number one. You must understand that because you live and you die by quarterback play. If we come out and we win 6 games, okay. It's progress. Going from 2 games to 6 games, it's progress. You can see that offensively, things are trending in the right direction if that's the case, if that's the context. But if we come out here and we win maybe 3 games and they're all terrible outputs offensively after we just spent all this money to get this thing better offensively, that's a problem. And I hate to say it, but I think at that point in time, it's going to be crystal clear. In order to win, you're going to have to figure out the coaching position and you're going to have to figure out the quarterback because those are the 2 most important positions in football. You got to have a good coach and a good quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Now, is Tepper going to allow these boys to do their things? Is he going to sit back and let them spread their wings? I don't think so. I think as long as we winning, he'll be quiet. But the moment that we're not winning, he's going to try to intercede. And good luck with him putting his hands on everything because, like I said, if we drop 0-4, 0-5, you're going to start hearing whispers about him, people in the locker room, different stuff like how it was last year. It was truly a mess. This, that, the coaches beef and stuff like that. You're going to start hearing more stuff like that. It's going to be coming out by the week. So I'm going to just put it out here like this. This has been your boy Dub Q. We're going to get into it as we do. I have put it out there. I've told what I deem to be as close to the truth as I could. If you like what I'm saying, comment. If you don't like what I'm saying, still comment. Your voices will be heard here. It's your boy Dub Q, and we're going to talk that real talk, whether people like it or not. We're gonna talk that real talk. So let's get into it as we do, man. Look, like the video.